SimGeek TV.
Hello everyone and welcome back to SimGeek TV for another flight that I want to be doing from this time from Vietnam, Hanoi or Hanoi essentially, going to Mumbai. And I want to do this flight simply because of the weather conditions that are persisting at the moment, which will probably make the flight a bit more fun. And in the previous video, I'm not sure if I uploaded it or not, but I had selected the wrong livery for the Emirates flight that I did. But now I've got the correct livery and the configuration is correct with the correct passengers and everything. So, yeah. Well, I'm not using any frame generation here. Everything is raw. The only thing that I have tuned down is the clouds too high, as always, because Ultra seems just too unrealistic and it looks like it's an explosion or something, or like a volcanic cloud. So with that said, all the standard apparatus are in place with Beyond ATC managing the traffic. I love how Beyond ATC just spawned this little A320 right, well, is that an A320? No, that's not. I think it's an A321 probably. Can I see it anywhere? Oh yeah, A321 here. Yeah, I love how it just spawned it right next to me, even though there was literally no space to do so. But it's okay. As said, Beyond ATC is on, and this is actually a real-world flight, which will take off in about a couple of hours from now, so almost real time at the moment, in real world and in sim as well. But yeah, I was very curious to do this one. So as I was saying, the usual suspects are going on with Beyond ATC and everything. I have not used any sort of frame limiters. I'm just letting my system and everything manage and do its thing. So that said, let's start the preparations. Of course, we need to refuel. I'm anyways going to put these signs on. And I'm yet to figure out the proper wrong switch. Proper control, proper view for this, because I'm using the no cabin version of the A350 and it literally gives me like at least 10 to 15 FPS more, so I really don't care about the seats. It seems like iniBuilds have gone a long way to put a lot more detail on the cabins, but it's just too much of a frame dragger. I wish they had an option where there was like an option that said, okay, low quality models or something. I think right now it's way too detailed. Anyhow, so yep, we start the standard preparations. I'm switching on all the basic stuff right at the moment. I was not planning to record this, but I said, you know what, let me just give it a try, because I was also tweaking some settings with Process Lasso. And I'm not sure if it's helping or not, but so far so good. I'm getting 60 FPS native. I am GPU bottlenecked again, and I know there's been a lot of videos that I've done which is like performance based and everything, well, just to test performance, but I actually do want to test it, so it seems okay for now. Cool, let's start with our plan. Our flight is flight 973, Vietnam Airlines, going from Hanoi into we're gonna straight go to our cruising level. That's great. Hanoi to Mumbai. Let's take a quick look at the routing. Kuwana 3 Alpha departure. About, I think 5 hours 10 minutes is the official block time that I checked online, and that's what I've set up for this one as well. So we have about 12 tons of fuel. Let's take a look at how much fuel would be need for this one. About 30.3 tons. Okay, not too bad. That said, let's already request refueling because that's important. And while we do that, might as well just request the catering services too. We are supposed to depart. I think it's still aligning, so that's why the time is not showing up. We're supposed to depart at 17:55 local time. Well, let me just put that up here. Okay, I just got the information that catering vehicles are on the way. So it's great. Anyways, let's put in the flight plan and everything so we see the details. Alternate route, select. Airport not in database. Which airport? What's wrong with you? BVNB discontinuity. I see VAPO. Maybe some other bug now. I don't know. It's like all these developers, when they launch something or they launch an update, they just break something else. So that's how the reality is. It just shows that the quality of development and checking, most importantly, that goes into these things is just terrible. All right, still waiting for the alignment to happen, and I was here. Mumbai is 7 hours ahead of UTC, and India is 5 hours and 30 minutes ahead of UTC. So we have enough time to plan, refuel, and take off. Fuel trucks are here, catering trucks are here, all coming in together. Interesting. Let me see if I can get a good view. Probably not. No worries. What I will be curious to see though is when I start the boarding, I want to check how the entries and exits placed. Fuel truck in position. Block fuel from SimBrief. Yes, please. Okay, and while that happens, let's get our ATC information.
Temperature 27, 2.25, QNH 1004. VFR conditions. Landing runway 11 left. Departing runway 11 right. Transition level 100. 5G notice in effect. Advise on initial contact, you have information echo. Mumbai Airport information echo. 100 full Zulu. Wind 110 at 8. Visibility 10 miles or more. Fuel clouds at 4,500. Temperature 27. 2.25.
Okay, that was our ATC information, and I'm going to start requesting our clearance.
Vietnam Airlines 973 Heavy. Ready for airways to Chhatrapati Shivaji Airport.
Vietnam Airlines 973 Heavy, Hanoi by delivery. Expect runway 11 right, Human 3 Alpha departure. Squawk 2113.
Cuban Tree Alpha departure. Squawk 2113. Vietnam Airlines 973 Heavy.
Vietnam Airlines 973 Heavy, read back correct. Contact ground 121.90 when ready for pushback or engine start.
Okay, that's
We'll
our
contact ground
clearance.
121.90
Let's start the
when ready for
preparations.
pushback or engine start.
Departure
Vietnam
via
Airlines
11
973
right.
Heavy. Thanks.
Using the
very
13 Alpha
Have a great
departure. Correct. Let's have it inserted. And take a quick look. Usually in Mumbai, no matter which season it is, it's always runway 27 that's active. So I'm gonna take a quick look here, and we're taking the Imarka to Alpha arrival into 27. 27 approach. I'm not sure which one they will give me, but I'm just gonna select ILS Yankee for the time being. Imarka to Alpha arrival. Where are you? There you are. I'm gonna select Imarka again because Imark, of course. And might be wrong. Never mind. Let's ignore it for now. And take a quick check. There's a discontinuity here. Let me see if I do this again. A mark. I think I'm gonna adjust it as I set up the plan. But that's that. Insert the flight plan. Go here and see where is the overlap happening. Yeah, this is the D71Q going to intercept. Okay. I'm not a real world airline pilot, so I have no clue how it works. But aha, this is getting doubled, that's why. So I'm gonna stick to D3800. And that's cool. Let me delete you. And we have one more intercept that I'm gonna delete. And delete you. There we go. That should hopefully solve for it. We have one more discontinuity here. No worries, it goes out. And let's take another look. Aha, there is one more discontinuity somewhere. Old, okay. Oh, it's just intercept, okay. I assume. So D3800 coming in from a mark. I have one intercept here. And is that correct even? This is confusing. There is one. What is here? Also looks like some sort of intercept or something. Let me try deleting you. Does that help? Absolutely it does. Perfect. Zoom out and check to see if all is good. Oh, okay, it doesn't. Never mind. D3800 coming to Yankee. D800. What am I saying? 300. It's 3,800 feet. All left. Right. A mark. This is weird. I'm gonna leave it as it is for now. Never mind. Okay. A Mark II D3800. Come on. God, the amount of bugs this game has. Well, that's what happens when they launched an unfinished product, not even a finished game. So technically these aren't bugs. Well, this is airline related, but generally MSFS related. They cannot call it bugs when the game itself was incomplete. They literally launched rubbish. The rant aside, F127, I think it's right here. I'm gonna stick with this. I think we anyways gonna get vectored in over there. So all good. Okay, looks like refueling is completed, catering is completed. We have a lot of time. $14,082 of the bill, which is expensive. Okay, let's request water services. Technically it's not required, but why not? Might as well. Alright, let's go back to ARC and oh, I forgot to do most important thing. Let's do a quick check. Alright, that looks good. Emergency lights on and test the lights. Alright. Okay, everything works. Looks good, nothing broken yet. Right, bring you back down. Our backup compass is online. Navigation lights are on. Logo lights will go on because we're in the evening. So, okay, that looks good. We see the frame come down, but that's again the poor optimization of the sim itself. And what's the time? 55. We have about 20 minutes to go. I think this is a good time to start boarding as well. 29 minutes to go. Right, in the external view for the airplane now. Just kind of walking around. Looks like our water guy is already there because I hear this praise. Yes, there he is. Frame's taking a hit, of course. And let's see if you can see the passengers from here. There, here they come. So I am doing a full flight for this one anyways, which is 305 passengers. Completely loaded and onboarded. And let's head back into the cockpit. Of course the frames are taking a hit. Started off at like I think what 55, 60. Now it's going down. And that's on the poor optimization of flight sim. I see that the RAM being used now is 35 GB, which has actually never happened before. That's interesting. I have a 64 gig RAM kit, so it's not like I have a poor CPU by any means. I actually built up the system one by one slowly for flight sim, but it turned out the game itself is crappily made. Oh well, what a waste. Alright, so QNH was 1004. Let's set it up. Going into our backup. And seatbelt signs come on. Okay, looks good. And let's go to our terminal charts so that we can start to plan and just anticipate the taxi route. Airport for Neubai. Where are you? These are the parking stands. We are at, well, the gates that are there. Hold on, let me check. Parking stand and coordinates. Let's have you here. That's Terminal 2. We need to depart from 11 right, so we're going to be doing probably pushback, tail right, nose left, going straight down Victor and to Sierra 10. Now, depending on what routing Beyond ATC gives us, but I think there is a disconnect between the navigation within the airport and the actual updated navigation. The developer, I don't know if they have updated this or not. So we are at Terminal 2. Where you are? Here you are. Parking stands, Terminal 2. Like it says, gate 24. But I don't think I'm at gate 24. I'm at gate 32 according to the sim. See? At none 32. Wow. Super. Alright. I'm assuming I'm somewhere here. Okay, let's take a look at the departure charts. Wuhan 2, what was it? 2 Alpha, now that's 2 Charlie. 2 Bravo. 2 Alpha is here. Yep, we take off and we go down here. So our initial climb will be what? That's 11 right. Oh, I incorrectly read the ground charts. Never mind. So that's 11 right, so it'll be tail left, nose right. And we take off to $9,200, $7,000. I'm a little confused. Hold on, let me check. Who won 3 Alpha, not 2 Alpha? My bad. It's who won 3 Alpha. Coming back to terminal charts, please. Let's go. Who won 3 Bravo? Where is here? I was wondering why is this looking weird. So who won 3 Alpha? There we go. Yep, makes more sense. So we depart, take off, climb to 4,300. That's Huvan. And Vietnam actually has a very interesting arrival and departure. I don't know why. Even while arriving into, well, that was Hanoi, but in general they have interesting routes. So we 4,300, so I'm just going to for now put there, like, let's say 5,000, because that's the next climb level anyway. No, 7,000. 7,000 is the next level of climb, so I'm going to put that on there, and hopefully it will be a straightforward departure. It is a bit cloudy, nothing too crazy. It's good, so that should be fine. And okay,
All aircraft be advised information Foxtrot now current. QNH 1003.
Okay, QNH 1003 it is. Let's go here. Those are our loads and everything, so I'm gonna already start perhaps to do that. And I see some stuttering happening. I don't know why. Again, 64 gigs of RAM, 9950X 3D processor, RTX 4090. I literally did all of this just for this game, which turns out is incredibly crappily made and least optimized. So tail left, nose right. I'm gonna put in our squawk code already before I forget. 2113. And yeah, just making sure everything is neutral, nothing broken or anything. All right, let's see how is the loading going. Still some ways to go. I think we'll be on time though. Cargo is almost done. That's great. Let's take a look where the passengers might be sitting, because this is a no cabin version that I'm using, just because of the incredibly terrible amount of frame loss that I get. Looks like they're playing hide and seek. Sup? Well, they will sit on the chairs in a parallel dimension. And I think GSX Pro has some issues with Process Lasso, where for some reason whenever I'm running Process Lasso, GSX Pro starts to like get these sudden frame drops in the middle. Not sure why. See? There was one stutter. I'm just gonna move around. There was another one. But if Process Lasso is off, it works absolutely fine. Or maybe it's something got to do with Process Lasso taking up all the resources or something. I don't know. Need to check that out later on, but not right now. Some more passengers to go, and then we should be preparing for our takeoff and weights and minimums and everything. Cargo loading is completed. Great. And just a few more passengers to go and we would be ready to depart. Before I forget, it's very important to have clean toilets. So let's go to fuel and load. Zero fuel weight of 179.1, but I'm actually going to go to my flight plan and just check. All right, 179.1. I'm going to stick by that one. 179.1. Zero fuel weight, center of gravity is, I'm going to do a quick refresh. 30.8. Okay. Block fuel of 30.3. $305 passengers. And I think my taxi fuel was 500. Not sure. I can't remember where it was. But I'm gonna put it at 0.5 because just gonna keep it minimal. We have enough fuel and the numbers will change of course as we take off. And where is our toilet services? I'm also curious to see what routing Beyond ATC will give me because that guy is right in the middle over there. And I don't know why. Okay, never mind. We'll see. Okay, that was our fuel. And let's go into our performance. Sync FMS. We are departing 11 right. Bye-bye. Great. Winds. Let me just sync this too if it helps. Nope, it doesn't. 110 at 8 knots. Temperature was 27, which is good. 1003 anti-ice, air conditioning off, and I hope I remember to put off the packs during takeoff, which I always seem to forget for some reason. And those are our performance stats. So confirm, all good. And with 10 minutes to spare, we are ready to pretty much go, provided the lavatory services arrive, which I have no clue. Where is it? Let's try again. Lavatory service has been requested. Don't want clogged toilets, right? Finally, they are here. Seems like the toilets are really clogged. Well, now that we are ready to go, then we can start to prepare for departure. Thank you guys. All right. Okay, cool. Time to go. Ground crew, please exit the aircraft for departure. And with that APU coming online, that sounds good. And with that, let me just wait. APU available. Perfect. Let us switch on the APU bleed. And I'm going to switch on our fuel pumps. External power can disconnect. And just coming to here. Chocks can go off. And GPU can go off. Alright, time to request pushback and start.
Vietnam Airlines 973 Heavy at gate 32. Request pushback and engine start.
Beacons come on.
Vietnam Airlines 973 Heavy, NOI by ground. Pushback and engine start approved. Face west.
Pushback and engine start approved. Face west. Vietnam Airlines 973 Heavy.
So tail left, nose right. Disconnected. And beacons are on, navigation on, logo on, everything remains as it is. And here comes the ground crew. So we have to do tail left, nose right. Facing west? Yes, indeed. Face west. Parking brakes released. Switching to ignition mode. Now, where is this guy going? Let me check. Okay, he's going to engine 1, so I'm going to start with engine 2. Parking brakes set. Starting engine 1. Okay, that completes the pushback. Let me load the map here, and we go to a terminal charts to the app. But actually, I realized this just recently. I think I was watching one of the videos online. I can now simply zoom in to the EFB and get all the details of where I am at. So I had no clue about that. I think it was the Airbus A330 drivers video where I saw this. It was super cool. And for some reason on this, it's not giving me any details. Interesting. Never mind. We have the information here, so that should be good. Okay. Let's go back to surveillance. Squawk is set on TA only. No need for terrain, so I'm gonna put those off. I'm gonna hide you. Spoilers armed, auto brake for rejected takeoff, coming to flight plan, and setting flaps for takeoff. Flaps 1, and I don't hear anything. It's like they fixed something and they broke the other thing. Welcome to all the developers today, everyone. Check controls. Full left. Okay. Let's go back to our cockpit, and the engine is of course available. Lead goes off. Taxi lights on. And let's go over flight controls check. Full left, full right checked. Full down, full up for elevators checked. Rudders checked. And let's do a quick check on the brakes. Brakes checked, and now we can taxi.
Vietnam Airlines 973 Heavy, request taxi to the active.
Vietnam Airlines 973 Heavy, runway 11 right taxi via Echo Whiskey, Sierra 1 Echo, Sierra 1.
See, this is what I mean, it's completely off.
Runway 11 right taxi via Echo Whiskey, Sierra 1 Echo, Sierra 1. Vietnam Airlines 973 Heavy.
So we have the Sierra one correct, but I don't know what is Echo Whiskey. And the scenery is not updated, I think. Okay. Echo Whiskey, Sierra 1 Echo, which is... I think this is Sierra 1 Charlie. I'm assuming that would be Delta. We're gonna take Victor 3, I think. Ping the cabin. APU goes off, of course. And I want to clear that out. Let's go to do a quick takeoff config test. Checked. We are ready to go. Is there a sign over here? Like right in the middle of the runway, really. In the middle of the taxi lane. Okay, wait, I forgot. 7 Alpha. No, that's not it. I don't know. I'm just gonna go straight and take this exit. Hope I don't ram into that aircraft. Sierra 1 Delta. Where's Sierra 1 Echo? Hold on. I'm confused. Okay, I'm on Echo Whiskey. Sierra 1 Delta is here. I don't see any Sierra 1 Echo. I see runway 11 right here. I don't know how is this even possible that the aircraft is right in the middle, but I imagine what's that? That's Bravo. Okay, so there is no Sierra 1 Echo probably. Back to Alpha, back to Charlie, Sierra 3. Yeah, I'm gonna take Delta. And this is actually a third-party scenery that I'm using, and it seems like either the developer has gone bankrupt, and
All aircraft be advised information calls no current.
they just
H1003.
stopped updating anything, or I don't know. It's just this one-time thing by the developer, and they're like, yeah, they don't care anymore. Okay. Good thing is that we won't run into that aircraft, so that's great.
Vietnam Airlines 973 Heavy. Contact NOI by Tower 118.4. Bye-bye.
Over to Tower 118.4. Vietnam Airlines 973 Heavy.
Oops, I almost went in the grass over there. Knocked out a few taxi lights. Oops. But I don't see any taxi lights, so hopefully nothing got knocked off. right on the money almost. Wow, that was close. Alright, crew to your seats for takeoff, please. And let's do our...
Vietnam Airlines 973 Heavy, holding short, runway 11 right.
Vietnam Airlines 973 Heavy, NOI by tower, wind 060 at 4, runway 11 right, cleared for takeoff.
Okay, cool.
Runway 11 right, cleared for takeoff. Vietnam Airlines 973 Heavy.
Strobes on, landing lights on, takeoff lights on, and packs go off. Hopefully, I didn't forget, thankfully this time. Left is clear, runway is clear. And we should be good to go. Right, thrust at 50%, checking for stability, nose down, take off. Airspeed's alive, checked, stabilized, checked. Well, that's on the approach, but we are still stable. Under knots.
V1.
Checked. Rotate. Positive rate, gear up.
Airlines 973 Heavy. Contact NOI by departure 125.1.
Autopilot online. Checked.
Contact NOI by departure 125.1. Vietnam Airlines 973 Heavy. NOI by departure. Vietnam Airlines 973 Heavy.
Packs coming back
1,600 feet.
online. In the cabin, all is good.
Vietnam Airlines 973 Heavy.
Spoilers disarmed.
NOI by departure. Good afternoon. Identified. Climb to flight level 190.
Climb to flight level 190. Vietnam Airlines
Flight level
973 Heavy.
190. Checked. Speed is checked. Flaps coming up. And by Hanoi. Gonna keep a check on the weather just to be sure that we don't run into any tough clouds. I think arriving into Mumbai, we will be seeing quite some weather because it's core monsoon seasons there right now. This looks good. See, I find the clouds, when I keep them at high, to be a bit more realistic than on Ultra. On Ultra, it just looks a bit weird. Ooh, that's a nasty cloud there. We're gonna see a nice little sunset. Yeah. Okay, that wasn't expected, but all good. See what I mean? And then there is traffic alerts coming up. And this is also what I meant by the fact that Vietnam has very interesting approaches, let's say. It's actually 40 nautical miles away. Can we see them here? I doubt it. Because orange usually means collision alert, but I think it was just potentially predicting it. Yeah, it's actually potentially predicting it. I did not know this. That's also new. And I'm using Beyond ATC. I just did a flight yesterday and it did not give me anything. Oh, it's gorgeous views. But we will be clear of it, no problem. Alright. 10,000 feet. Lights go off. And let's see, we are still in potential conflict, but we will be clear off of it for sure. I have no doubt about it. Why it's showing orange though? Is it an emergency? Now we are clear of conflicts for sure. Our transition level was 11,000 or 10,000. Okay. Switching to standard. All good.
Vietnam Airlines 973 Heavy. Contact Hanoi Control 125.9er. Contact Hanoi Control 125.9er. Vietnam Airlines 973 Heavy. Hanoi Control, Vietnam Airlines 973 Heavy. Through flight level 163 for flight level 190 direct Vemmer.
Vietnam Airlines 973 Heavy. Hanoi Control, identified. Climb to flight level 400.
Climb to flight level 400. Vietnam Airlines 973 Heavy.
Contact NOI by arrival 121.0. Vietnam Airlines 836.
And here is a beautiful view of the sunset and the sim in front of us. So a quick check-in. I actually reduced my cruising speed to 0.81 because we have really nice tailwinds going around, and it actually just to save fuel. So from the perspective of our arrival time, we need to be arriving at the gate approximately at 21:35 local time, Mumbai. And based on our estimate, we are still more than 1 hour before schedule. That's crazy. So, and I think when I was researching into this flight, I also noticed that the real world flight, I think the one that flew yesterday, arrived 45 minutes before time. So I'm gonna leave it at this for now, and if we arrive before time at the gate, so be it. Nothing wrong in that. All good. And for the time being, let me just take a look. We should be exiting the what airspace is this? VYHL. Is it Myanmar? Was it Bangkok? I'm not sure. I mean Thailand. Yeah, I think this is Myanmar. So that's Bangladesh. That's Nepal. That's India. And this is Myanmar. Okay. And yeah. On that note, let's take a quick look at the views outside. Of course, there's no cabin here, so it really helps with the performance. And I prefer performance over super high quality stuff at the moment because the sim is just so poorly optimized. With that, we continue.
Contact Dhaka Control 125.7, Vietnam Airlines 973 Heavy. Dhaka Control, Vietnam Airlines 973 Heavy. Good afternoon. Flight level 400.
Vietnam Airlines 973 Heavy, Dhaka Control, radar contact.
heavy. Contact Kolkata Control 120.1. Center on 120.1. Vietnam Airlines 973 Heavy. Kolkata Control, Vietnam Airlines 973 Heavy, flight level 400.
Vietnam Airlines 973 Heavy, Kolkata Control, radar contact.
Right, that is our clearance to Emir-2 Alpha 27.
Runway 27, Vietnam Airlines 973 Heavy.
I think that's what we'd said.
Vistara 774, Mumbai Control, expect Emir-2 Alpha, runway 27.
Expect Emir-2 Alpha, runway 27, Vistara 774.
So I'm gonna plug that in there. There is a discontinuity, of course.
Z9670, descend to flight level 100.
And with that, let's start prepping. Terminal charts. BABB. I know.
H1006, expect the ILS runway 22 with the Habsburg transition.
You're at top of descent almost, so that's cool.
I fly 7239, turn right, heading to 905, climb to flight level 150.
Turn right, heading to 905, climb to flight level 150.
We're still way ahead of schedule, so I'm gonna slow down a bit more.
Vistara 813, contact Hyderabad Control 118.
40 nautical miles, we are ready to descend, so
Contact Hyderabad, control 118.3, Vistara 813.
Vietnam Airlines 973.
okay, looks like a busy airspace on Beyond ATC.
Report ready for descent.
Emrak 2 Alpha, runway 27, ready for descent. Vietnam Airlines 973 Heavy.
Vietnam Airlines 973 Heavy, descend to flight level 120.
Descent to flight level 120, Vietnam Airlines 973 Heavy.
Sri Lankan 186.
Crew, prepare the cabin for arrival, please.
Center on 118.3, Sri Lankan 186.
Emrak 2 Alpha approaching runway 27. I don't know which runway though, so I need to check. Vietnam 973 Heavy to Mumbai Control. Can you let me know which approach to expect for runway 27 in Mumbai?
Vietnam Airlines 973 Heavy, expect ILSY approach for runway 27 at Chhatrapati Shivaji International.
ILS 27 Yankee at Mumbai, Vietnam 973 Heavy, thank you. Alright, that's our approach.
Vistara 660, Mumbai Control, expect Iqbal to Alpha, runway 27.
Just gonna be a busy approach, I'm pretty sure. Zulu, Yankee, final approach. There are 2 approach plates here. But I'm gonna look into this one because I need the minimums. It's 230. And let's go here. Approach ILS Yankee 27, and let's have that inserted. I think this should correct, or should be the same. We are still good. We are a bit above our approach, and I'm going to switch to auto. Performance, and let's take a look at the weather in Mumbai.
G notice in effect. Advise on initial contact, you have information Quebec. Chhatrapati Shivaji Airport information Quebec. 141 to Zulu. Wind 280 at 13. Hatch. Scattered at 1,800.
That's
Few
haze.
clouds at 3,000. Ceiling 9,000 broken. Temperature to 9. Dew point 25. QNH 1006. Landing and departing runway to 7. Transition level 050. 5G notice in effect. Advise on initial contact, you have information Quebec.
Let's go back to Mumbai control and let them know.
Mumbai Control, Vietnam Airlines 973 Heavy, descending via Emrak 2 Alpha, flight level 309er.
I'm actually gonna slow down a bit more, to be honest, so
Air India 654,
that we have
climb
enough
to flight level
space.
340, vectors for Chhatrapati Shivaji.
Wind 280 at 13.
Climb to flight level 340, Air India 654.
Outside air temperature is
Flight
29.
Contact Hyderabad Control 113
QNH 1
Contact Hyderabad Control 118 decimal 3. I fly 6255.
and our minimums are 230. Okay. Interesting. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna let the autopilot do its thing. Alright. That is that. Transition level is 050. And that should be good. I'm gonna pull out the spoilers just to expedite our descent a little bit. We are anyways cleared to 120, so let's do that. I'm gonna adjust as we go along.
Contact Mumbai approach 119 decimal 3.
Contact Mumbai approach 119 decimal 3 at 9670. Mumbai Control, I fly 607.
I think we should be okay. If not,
6075 Mumbai Control radar contact.
arrival Embraer 2 Alpha. We have a holding point at. Oh, that's the holding point, Embraer 160. All right. Might have to hold here. We need to be above 12, below 16. Will we make it? Good question. I'm not going to slow down here. We probably won't make it. So that's that. Or we might be. I'm not sure, to be honest.
Vistara 660, inbound to Alpha, runway 27. Report ready for descent.
I've increased our rate of descent a bit more. But we have tailwinds, unfortunately, so that's an issue.
Descent to flight level 200.
Descent to flight level 200, Vistara 660.
Okay, we barely just made it. I'm gonna go with this for now.
Resume on navigation.
And
Roger,
everything is set so far. We anyways need to slow down a little bit, so that's good. And with that, seatbelt signs come on. Mobile and device usage as of now is not allowed. Okay, we barely just made it. Good.
Vietnam Airlines 973 Heavy, descent to 2,900 feet, QNH 1006.
I'm gonna start slowing down here itself.
Descend to 2,900 feet, QNH 1006, Vietnam Airlines 973 Heavy.
Because we have enough time. Weather looks okay, not too bad. Yeah, we should be good. And I am definitely not gonna descend to 2,900. I'm just gonna leave it at 7 for the moment. The speed brakes can come back down. Beautiful approaching into Mumbai. It's nighttime and the sun has already set. So we have 56 nautical miles to go. More than enough time.
Runway 27. Report ready for descent. Inbound to Alpha, runway 27.
In the meantime, let's go back to planning and set our brake to vacate.
654, descent to flight level 120. Descent to flight level 120, Air India 654. Air
we will set up for November 9, just in case if we float or something. So that should be set. And
Flight level 100.
brake to vacate is activated. Switching to arc, 20 nautical miles. I'm gonna slow down our rate of descent because we are still a bit away from our vertical reference. 40 nautical miles out, enough space. Probably not, maybe. Okay, let me see. If I do 5,000. I'm just gonna stick with the VREF at the moment. And we are still good on time.
Air India 881, Mumbai control. Expect approach to Alpha, runway 26.
I think we should get some sort of vectors now.
Runway 26, Air India 881. Vistara 774, descend to 2,900 feet, QNH 1006.
10,000 feet. Landing lights go up.
2,900 feet, QNH 1006, Vistara 774.
Vietnam Airlines 973 Heavy, leave Olga heading to 50. Expect radar vectors for ILS Yankee runway 27.
I'm gonna set it up here. That's what I thought.
Leave August heading 250. Expect radar vectors for ILS Yankee runway 27. Vietnam Airlines 973 Heavy.
Vietnam Airlines 973 Heavy, contact Mumbai approach 119.3.
That's
Contact
hand
Mumbai
off to
approach
approach.
119.3. Vietnam Airlines 973 Heavy. Mumbai approach. Vietnam Airlines 973 Heavy. Good evening. Flight level 0904 with information Romeo.
Red Knight 670, contact Mumbai Tower 118.1. Have a good evening.
Contact Tower 118.1, Red Knight 670.
Exit August at
Vietnam
250.
Airlines 973 Heavy Mumbai approach, QNH 1006. Expect radar vectors for ILS Yankee runway 27.
I know.
QNH 1006. Expect radar vectors for ILS Yankee runway 27. Vietnam Airlines 973 Heavy.
And coming here, we exit at
Vietnam
250.
Airlines 973 Heavy, turn right, heading to 50. Vectors for the approach.
Cool.
Turn right. Heading
Let's
250.
bring up the landing
Vietnam
systems.
Airlines
We
973 Heavy.
are quite below the VREF, which is cool.
Mumbai approach, Vistara
I'm gonna slow down.
774, flight level 071, we have Romeo on board.
Vistara 774 Mumbai approach, good evening. QNH 1006. Expect radar vectors for ILS Yankee runway 27.
QNH 1006, expect radar vectors for ILS Yankee runway 27, Vistara 774.
I'm gonna go open descent just so that we don't get too below what should be. Let's see, 4,000 feet. I think that should actually, no, that should be good enough. 5 should be good. That's our runway, which is about 10 miles final. Should be all right. So just let me keep this about 1,000. Vertical references lost its reference. Right, parking brakes up, auto brakes are on. Parking brakes and spoilers are on, so
expect radar vectors for ILS Yankee runway 27.
ये Volgas heading to 50, ये expect radar vectors for ILS Yankee runway 27, Vistara 774.
we need to be above 2,900 feet, and we are doing just that. We got the localizer established, and this is what I was worried about. There's always a mountain over here which kind of could cause an issue, so that's why I was like, yeah, I'm not going below this. It's already too close, to be honest. Yep, just below the glide slope. All good.
6808, 18 miles from CI27Y, turn left, heading 300, maintain 2,900 feet until established on the final approach course, cleared ILS Yankee runway 27. Turn left, heading
Let's
300,
switch.
2,900 feet until established, cleared ILS Yankee runway 27.
That was a good reminder. Switching on approach mode. Autopilot 1 to active. I don't want to miss the glide slope.
Vistara 660, flight level 09 and ILS number.
Bit of wind gust coming through.
Mumbai approach.
Crew to use stations for landing, please.
Radar vectors for ILS Yankee runway 27.
Gonna slow down a bit more here.
QNH1006, expect radar vectors for
Speed is checked.
ILS Yankee
Flaps
runway
1.
27, Vistara 660.
Vistara 660, descend to flight level 060.
Descend to flight level 060, Vistara 660.
Vietnam Airlines 973 Heavy, 2 miles from CI27Y, fly present heading, maintain 2,900 feet until established, cleared ILS Yankee runway 27.
Approach mode is activated. I hope it sticks to it.
Fly present heading 2,900 feet until established. Cleared ILS Yankee runway 27.
We're leaving
Vietnam
at
Airlines
152 for the
973
time being. Let it connect and get to the glide slope. Oh, localizer locked in and reporting established.
Vietnam Airlines 973 Heavy, established on final approach.
Speed
Vietnam Airlines 973
down.
Heavy,
Okay.
affirmative.
speed is checked. Flaps coming too. And speed is checked. Ooh, look at that drag coming through. Flaps going full.
Vietnam Airlines 973 Heavy. Contact Mumbai Tower 118.1.
Crew, final call to your
Over
stations
to
for
Tower
landing, please.
118.1. Vietnam Airlines 973 Heavy. Bye-bye.
I'm gonna switch on the nose lights because we're gonna be putting the
Mumbai
landing gear
Tower.
down
Vietnam
soon.
Airlines 973 Heavy. ILS Yankee Runway 27.
Bit of a cloud.
Vietnam Airlines 973 Heavy. Mumbai Tower. Wind to 70 at 10. Runway to 7 clear to land.
Right, that's a clearance.
Runway
So
27 clear to land.
2,500.
Vietnam Airlines
You're
973
coming
Heavy.
2,500.
Okay, this is gonna be a fun landing. Let's record. 14:59.
$2,000.
Checked. I would expect there would be some sort of rain or something coming through. There it is. Well, it's monsoon season in Mumbai, so it's to be expected. But nothing on our screen, interestingly. Alright, we should be good to go. Gear is ready, spoilers armed, and auto brake is set. I think I see the runway. Start slowing down a bit more here. We are cleared to land. 2 whites, 2 red. Checked.
1,000.
I'm gonna stick with this one.
Mumbai Tower. I fly 6808. ILS Yankee Runway to 7.
No
I
aircrafts
fly
on the runway.
6808. Mumbai Tower. Continue.
I got controls.
I fly 6808.
500.
Checked. 3 reds, 1 white. Correcting.
400.
Kind of shaky at the moment. 3 reds, 1 white. Checked. Correcting.
300. 200.
Correcting
100
again.
above.
Damn. Alright, better. We continue.
Sync rate.
Nope,
Minimum
that's wrong. Continue.
100.
And here there is some issue with
50,
the puppies.
40. 30. 20. Retard. 10. 5.
There we go. Touchdown. Spoilers up. Reverse is green. Decel. $100 knots. checked. 80 knots checked.
Vistara 774, ILS Yankee runway 27.
And we go manual braking.
Vietnam Airlines 973 Heavy.
30
Exit
knots.
right at November 10.
Exit right at November 10. Vietnam Airlines 973
Welcome to
Heavy.
Mumbai, everyone. And I'm gonna just take a turn and stop and just clean up
70 at 10. Runway 27 cleared to
the
land.
post landing. Flaps up, spoilers down.
Cleared to land. iFly 6808.
That was a nice landing.
Vietnam Airlines 973 Heavy. Contact ground 121.9er.
Ground 121.9er. Vietnam Airlines 973 Heavy. Have a good evening.
Okay, strobes go out, landing lights down, taxi lights on. Ooh, that was close. And just gonna stop here for the moment. That's our stopping point anyway, to get our taxi clearance. Okay. Let's stop the recording. that's the other aircraft that's coming through. Okay. APU coming on. 1, 2, 3, check. Taxi lights are on. And people can use their mobile phones. And we have gate Victor 8
Vietnam Airlines
assigned to
973
us.
Heavy. Request taxi to allocated gate.
Vietnam Airlines 973 Heavy, Gate Victor 8 taxi via November, Whiskey 4. Hold short runway 14.
Taxi via November, Whiskey 7. I think I know
Gate
this
Victor
route.
8
Okay,
via
let's go.
November, Whiskey 4. Hold short runway 14.
Landing
Vietnam
systems go
Airlines
off.
973 Heavy.
Weather radar is already off. Great. And I think we are nicely before time, to be honest. Yep, that's our flight plan cleared up. Zoom in. November to Whiskey 4 and holding short. Indigo coming through. Bit too slow. Let's move. APU is available. I'm gonna put on the bleed. Seatbelts on, everything remains on. Just making sure this is off. Beacon strobe off, nav and logo on. Okay, and landing light is off. Also, make a... Whoa, my controllers are acting up weirdly.
iFly 6808, Gate Victor 30 left taxi via November 10, November. Hold short runway 14.
I do not like that sound, it's way too much.
30 left via November 10, November.
Volume control,
Hold short
crown.
runway 14, iFly 6808.
That's Whiskey 4 to our left. And yeah, welcome to Mumbai, everyone. It's a rainy weather, and that's the reason why I actually selected the runway down the line. Because I know it's monsoon time here, and it's pretty normal that we have this weather here. Coming on to Whiskey 4 is here. And there it is. Surprisingly, we are slow today for taxi. Okay, let's go turn into Whiskey 4, and we have to hold short of 1-4. Now, in Mumbai, the standard operation is that there is always going to be only one runway that's active, and runway 27 is the one that's active the most of the time. It's main runway. So usually when they taxi, the clearance is already given to clear runway 14. But I don't think Beyond
Vietnam
ATC knows
Airlines
that.
973 Heavy. Holding short 14.
Vietnam Airlines 973 Heavy, cross runway 14 with Echo 5.
Right.
Continue taxi via Whiskey 4, Echo 5, Papa, 1, Tango.
That looks so cool.
Cross runway 14 at Echo 5. Continue taxi via Whiskey 4, Echo 5, Papa, 1, Tango. Vietnam Airlines 973 Heavy.
Where did this guy come from? Did he just overrun me? Let's do a bit of quick taxi. So we need to cross at Echo 5, which is right in front of us, and then we go on to Papa, clear left and clear right, and it's actually pouring down here, surprisingly. It's actually, see? So this is another thing about Microsoft Flight Simulator. It can take only one input at a time, nothing more than that.
Vistara 660, Gate Victor 31 left, taxi via November 10, November. Hold short runway
We have
14.
to taxi on to Papa,
Gate Victor 31
which
left
is
via November
straight.
10, November. Hold short runway 14, Vistara 660.
And it says 1.
I fly 6808, cross runway
That's
14
Echo
at
next to
November.
us.
Continue taxi via Whiskey, November, November 1, Mike 6, Mike 5,
Okay, I'm gonna
Bravo 1, Bravo
move
3,
this along.
Bravo 4.
Cross runway 14 at November. Continue taxi via Whiskey, November, November 1, Mike 6, Mike 5, Bravo 1,
Victor 8 is right here.
Bravo 4, I fly 6808.
Ah, okay, that's supposed to be link 1 then. Now I understand. Usually it would throw me somewhere on the other side, but okay. So we take Papa, link 1, and then we go to Victor 8. Got it. I was wondering why is this looking so weird. Link 1. Well, I cannot see it. Ah, okay, here. And to Tango, and then Victor 9 is here. Hold on, let me take another look. Victor 8 is to our left. Right there, okay. Alright, taxi lights can go off. I'm gonna
Vistara
switch off
660,
the
cross runway
wipers.
14 November. Continue taxi via Whiskey,
Uh-oh.
November, November 1, Mike 4, Yankee 1, Yankee 3, Charlie 3, Bravo 4.
Cross runway 14 8 November. Continue taxi via Whiskey, November, November 1.
Now,
Mike
let
4,
me be sure of one thing. So
Yankee 3,
that's
Charlie 3, Bravo 4,
Victor
Vistara 660.
8, which is right there. Alright. So confusing at times. I think for me, kind of the part that's quite a bit confusing is the taxi, especially when the charts are not up to date. Okay, the gate is protruding out, which worries me a little bit, and what I am not sure if this gate is active or not. Doesn't look active, so I may need to do that. Okay, it is active. Ah, now it does. Gotta love Beyond ATC. Okay. Wow, the effects are actually not kind of affecting me a bit. Let's go. I know. I'm actually gonna give myself a bit of a room so I can turn in. Yep. Slow down. Ah. Come on. Because I think I am a bit... Yeah, I know. Okay, that looks steady, I hope. Going in nice and way too slowly, but we also have enough time to go for it. Cool. Getting right at the gate. Did we get the correct position? Let me check. Well, I would say almost. I'm gonna push it a little bit forward because I don't think the profile is quite configured. Hold Brock. Now I brake.
iFly 5238, Mumbai ground, pushback approved. Face northeast.
Alright. Super. Perfect. Welcome to Mumbai, everyone. And chocks on GPU well already connected. APU is available. Let's cut off the engines. And I'm very sure we are way before time and we are absolutely GPU bottlenecked again. Okay, that's engines going offline. Then I'm going to switch off the wiper. Beacons off, bleed is on. Seat belts can now go off. And the pumps can go off. Is it supposed to be on? No. Okay, GPU is connected, external power, and goes the APU too. Brilliant. We took our time to get here, which is alright. And request deboarding. Let's get some lights here.
iFly 5238, runway 27, taxi via Whiskey 7, November 1.
And yeah, everybody,
Runway 14.
that's Mumbai. So I'll leave you with the views of deboarding, and of course there is an issue
November 1.
with terrain level of details in Microsoft Flight Simulator where there are no glasses appearing there or here. But this is also a third-party scenery that I'm using, and yeah, it was quite a nice flight. I actually did not expect the landing to go quite okay, but it did. So thank you for tuning in, everyone. I will leave you with the views of the deboarding and yeah, and then get on with the replay recording. So I hope you guys like the flight. If you need some information or suggestions about how to maximize the performance of Microsoft Flight Simulator, let me know. I will put in what I did over the period of like 6 months or whatever, and what I stick by for now. So thank you for tuning in again, guys. I do hope to see you in the next video, and have a good one. Take care.